Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Wets Chemistry. In this lecture, we will discuss resid indole synthesis. This is one of the most important reactions in organic chemistry. So, before we move towards our main synthesis, we must discuss some important things, some ingredients that we will use in our synthesis. First one is orthonitrotoluene. You know that this is our toluene, and on its ortho position here is a nitro group, so we call it as orthonitrotoluene. All right. Second thing is diethyl oxalate. Do not get confused by this CO2 ethyl. I can write this whole structure as O C2H5 and C double bond O. Here C double bond O and OC2H5. So this is the expand structure of this diethyl oxalate. So it's up to you which structure you want to write. So this is diethyl oxalate, and I will use this ingredient in the whole synthesis. All right. And the third main thing that I always mention in my most of the lectures, that if nitrogen is bonded with 3 other atoms, then it contains a lone pair. If nitrogen contains 4 bonds, then it has a positive charge, and if nitrogen is connected with 2 other bonds, then it has a negative charge. So these were some important things that were necessary to be discussed before we move towards our main synthesis. So friends, now we will start our main synthesis, and you know that it is orthonitrotoluene. In the very first step, we will use a base, and that base is ethoxide ion, ethoxide ETO and negative. All right. So you know that what is the purpose of a base? Base is that species which accepts a proton, and I have a detailed lecture on the difference between base and a nucleophile. Must watch that. I have given the link in the description. So you can see that here it is CH3. I can also write it as CH2 and H. Okay, this hydrogen is also connected on this carbon. Since base is that species which attacks and accepts a proton, so this bond will break and it will shift on this carbon. So what will happen? Here nitro group as it is, and here it will be CH2 having a negative charge. Now this part of the reaction will react with diethyl oxalate. I will write oxalate in a way C double bond O, OC2H5, C double bond O, OC2H5. This is our diethyl oxalate. This negative charge will attack on this carbonyl carbon, as a result of which a pi bond will break and it will shift on this oxygen. So what will happen? A bond will be established between this carbon and this carbon. Here it is CH2, then this carbon, this oxygen, and the bond which was shifted on this oxygen in the form of a negative charge, this ethoxy group 2H5, and then this remaining group as it is, C double bond O and O C2H5, and yes, this nitro group. So friends, now what will happen, that this negative charge will shift back between this carbon and this oxygen, as a result of which this ethoxy group will be removed. Okay, this negative charge will shift between this carbon and this oxygen, as a result of which this bond will break and this group will be removed. You can see here this CH2, this nitro group, and this carbon with a double bond with this oxygen, and the remaining part will be written as it is, C double bond O and OC2H5. So what will happen now, here reduction will take place, and you know what is reduction, what is the concept of reduction. In the process of reduction there can be three processes: removal of oxygen, addition of hydrogen, or gain of electrons. So here this nitro group will be converted into amino group. For this purpose we will add a strong reducing agent like zinc in the presence of acetic acid. You can write acetic acid as ACOH. So zinc in the presence of acetic acid is a reductant or reducing agent. So what will happen, this nitro group will be converted into amino group NH2. Okay, and the remaining terms will be written as it is, CH2, C double bond O, and C bond with OC2H5 and C double bond O. All right. As I explained in the start of this lecture, that if nitrogen is connected with three other bonds, so it contains a lone pair. Okay, so what will happen, this lone pair of nitrogen will attack on this carbon, as a result of which a pi bond will break and it will shift on this oxygen. So here CH2, and so when this lone pair will attack on this carbon, so a bond will be established between this nitrogen and this carbon. Here this bond has been shifted on this oxygen, and the remaining parts as it is, C double bond O, OC2H5, and here bond has been established between this nitrogen and this carbon, and as it is. I also explained in the start of this lecture that if nitrogen is bonded with 4 other atoms, so it contain a positive charge. Now it is very interesting step. This negative charge will attack on this hydrogen, as a result of which this bond will shift on this. So negative and positive means neutralization will occur and there will be no charge on this nitrogen, and this proton or this hydrogen will be connected on this oxygen. All right, so next step is here. Here it is CH2. You can also write it as in this way, and this carbon with this oxygen, and this hydrogen will be connected on this oxygen. So here it is, and here it was nitrogen, and now this nitrogen has only one hydrogen, and here the remaining terms will be as it is. Like I can write this C double bond OC2H5 as CO2 ethyl, as I discussed in the start of this lecture. Okay, now very interesting step. What will happen? This carbon hydrogen bond will break and it will be shifted between these two carbons. Now you know that carbon cannot bear 5 bonds, so this bond will break and it will shift on this oxygen, or in other words you can say that 1 H and 1 OH means one water molecule will be removed. Okay, so we will write on arrow minus H2O means one water molecule will be removed, and we will get our substituted indole as CH double bond C, and here nitrogen having one hydrogen, and this CO2 ethyl. So you can see that our substituted indole has been obtained. Name of this indole is 2-carboethoxy indole, and I don't have space here, so I will remove some part. And I can also write this structure as in this form, and here CO2 ethyl. So it is our 2-carboethoxy indole, and obviously it is our substituted indole. Now if you want to get only indole without any substituent, then you can do hydrolysis. In the first step, hydrolysis, and in the second step you will do decarboxylation. So this CO2 ethyl will be removed and our only indole will be formed as a major product, as in this form. So friends, you can see that our indole has been obtained, and this was the mechanism of resid indole synthesis. I assume that you like this lecture. For more important chemistry lectures and videos, subscribe to our channel What's Chemistry on YouTube. Also follow us on Facebook and do press the bell icon on YouTube. Thank you.